Anjana here. When the world stood still during the initial days of the pandemic, the job market was in jeopardy. We heard of layoffs, we heard of a hiring freeze, but we have also found ways to move forward. Today, I'm in conversation with Ms. Bhavna Dhawan on the topic recruitment during the pandemic. Bhavna works with the British MNC Gladys Global. She heads the HR operations of South Asia region. Welcome to Pep Talk. 1.5 years into pandemic and we are living the new normal. During the initial months of the pandemic, we have seen organizations putting a hold on recruitment. There was this hiring freeze. Certain industries like tourism, hospitality, etc., they were hit so hard that they are working on renewed strategy for revival. So layoffs had been a global issue. Now 1.5 years. Now what is the scenario of recruitments? Is it happening?
Very valid. I think 1.5 years back, it was unprecedented. It was a difficult situation. But I always believe that, talent is something that organizations can't do without. So organizations are not brick and mortar. They are made of people. And we keep reiterating the same thing that they are the biggest assets. So for us, being in FMCG, recruitment had a little bit of freeze just in terms that we were trying to realize how the government guidelines will be, what the mode of operation, how much manpower can be allowed. But in terms of a total freeze, I don't think so. That's possible for organizations. Otherwise, who will we work with? So these are our hands and legs with which we work.
So there is recruitment is happening now. That's what we call.
Yes, and we are always in search of good talent. Rather, I would say that with this pandemic, there are newer job opportunities which have come. So in HR, if I may say, there is a new vertical altogether, which is people and experience. So how people are feeling at this point of time. There is digital marketing, which is almost at a boom. Every marketeer is looking at flash ads, how they can promote on an e-commerce platform. So there are newer positions which have come, but not that recruitments will be totally gone on a freeze.
Okay, so there is this industries like pharma and healthcare. They have seen a windfall during the pandemic. There was a surge in hiring. How long can we expect this to last? So how can we tap this opportunity, or which are the jobs to count on once the pandemic is over?
So your niche, I always say that we are evolving. There will be newer things which will keep coming. We never knew that this would also happen, but not that the basics would be taken away. So, I keep speaking with MBA graduates, and I keep telling them the same things that people who are aspirants who want to join industries, your HR, finance, supply chain, these are basic departments which will continue, without which I don't think so. The entire supply chain cycle or how the product from the manufacturing unit reaches the end consumer can be anywhere compromised. But yes, like you very correctly said, the healthcare is a 3,000 crore organization which has come overnight. So there are people who work from a medical background who have now joined as the sales head of pharma industries because they have that niche knowledge a little bit. But because this has become, and it has affected everyone, it is not left even a single soul on the planet. So whether it will be sales, if you have a little bit of that medical background, then you might be the apt person for a pharma industry as well. But I would still say because we are, as a nation, going more towards digitalization. Our Prime Minister has made, digital money as one of the things which everyone should have now. So digitalization will be on a boom in the coming years as well. For us, from an HR perspective, earlier recruitments, and I am a firm believer that a face-to-face conversation is a must. You not only get to know about people, but you get to see the fitment in terms of the culture and the winning traits as well. But now, and because it's a global organization, my stakeholders, if it's a regional head, they were all traveling. With this digitalization, my recruitments have started becoming very fast because everybody is in the comfort of the home. There are no restriction in terms of the travel, so they can be available online and the process gets completed faster.
Absolutely, that was where I was coming to. See, pandemic changed the way we work. It taught us that remote working is possible, absolutely possible in almost every sector. So, what I want to know is what is the impact of this remote working in the job market? Like, did it open the door to a truly globalized job market? Is it right to say that companies have an unlimited talent pool to choose from when they are looking for new candidates? That means we can
Very
have
true.
candidates from anywhere in the globe.
So true. So yes, from the comforts of your home, I call remote working just that your location has changed, your work hours have not. So whether it was a 9 to 6 job, and of course you don't leave ever at 6, but if you are sitting at home, that's your remote working, or if you were at any place else. Uh, with this globalization, yes, more global opportunities coming your way. There would not be visa issues or any administrative issue which would have been earlier. You just have to manage the time differences which were there. But ultimately, what I see is this will be still 50%. Your 50%, we are still working on a hybrid model, which means that 50% are working from home, but there will be others who are completely, essentials, which will be required to go to the office on a hybrid model. So we are trying to see that how we can, ensure safety, hygiene for those people as well. Otherwise, if it becomes totally work from home, the success or the efficiency might differ a little. I
Okay,
don't
but
want to be politically correct here, but practical implications of your organization will be that you will have to. I think initially, when we were all trying to adjust to this new normal, everybody was mentioning, wow, this is a work life balance scenario which has come. People are finding it difficult. So we even provided furniture for our employees to, have a workstation where they can attentively work for the organization, because it will be still, the timings remain the same, but they could take out a little time to look after their children or to do their household chores, etc. But it would not mean that if there is a consensus or a leadership meet which is required for long-term strategy of the organization, so those kind of things would still require everybody to come under one roof, uh, still discuss, debate, and which I feel from an online medium might be a little challenging. It cannot be difficult, but it might become important to have those face-to-face connects as well.
okay. So, can we say that India, the mood in India is like it favors remote working, so that more and more people can join the workforce?
So just from my own experience, I think initial first year, we saw a lot of people complaining about data not being there. So organization was there to help them that yes, there might be scenarios where video call and the kind of data power that the people have at home might not be, sufficient for them to work. Then there were that 24 hours we are just sitting in front of the computer. People are just calling at any time, so those were the initial bits that I heard from people, which were while they were adjusting to this digital normal. But after 1.5 years, I can surely say that they are finding the pros more than the cons. Their convenience, the commuting time has reduced a lot.
Yes, that
They
is
are
a big issue. Yes.
the work-life balance that everybody used to talk about. If in the initial era when it started, they were not even doing any exercise sitting at home. Now they have found newer ways of taking care of their health. Um, Everything was possible, whether it was mental health awareness. We even had our voting system, our performance appraisals, everything online. So I think we are very much there.
Again, coming back to this jobs, like how is this affecting the for those people who are looking for new jobs or a job change, like this remote working, it means that they have uh, like it does it have a downside, like that you have to expect more competition for every single job role?
Um, to very rightly, like you said, there will be a lot of competition. If the doors are open for everyone, we have to find who stands out in that group, right? But I would still say that customization or localization would have a little bit more preference because if you know the dynamics, how a country operates or how a particular industry in a country operates, you would want to give that person a preference. It's more like a plug and play model. You get somebody, you plug it, and you want them to, just start working. So from that perspective, a little bit of preference towards the locals. But if it's a role which requires innovation, new packaging, out of the box organizational development opportunities, then the doors are open. So people will face a lot of competition, and they will have to be hard, taskmasters where they know exactly what the core subject is. Only if they are the experts in their subject, then they can excel.
Absolutely. So, coming to women, how did pandemic affect the women workforce? With this option of remote working, normally what we say is women prefer to work if there is a choice, they always prefer to work somewhere near home. So, with this option of remote working, do you see that are there any sectors where women footfall has increased compared to pre-pandemic times?
So it's been a boon for diversity candidates. One, if we recollect from where we started, that yes, recruitment is happening. But now with that recruitment, people would want diversity candidates because we have seen over the years that one woman in the conference hall, there is a little bit of consensus, a little bit of conducive environment which happens, but also from a different perspective altogether. We would want various flavors to be coming in the organization and not a particular type of behavior which is prevalent. So yes, there is a lot of demand for diversity. And with this pandemic, I think the biggest fear for women was late night working. What if they are coming a little late in the evening? They have to manage their commute. How far is the distance? Because we are still in a society where we have to manage home and work together. So for all of us, I guess this is a time when they can do whatever they want to, and because they are sitting right in front of a computer in the house, there will be ample opportunities which are there. So they
That
don't.
it is in sales also. You see more women these days.
Absolutely. So Yakub is a very good example. All their delivery people are females with a delivery box on their scooters. So that's very inspirational for me that they've chosen that yes, there will be only diversity to whom they will want to orient for their deliveries. So in our case, there are two kind of sectors: general trade and modern trade. General trade being your local kirana shops or mom and pop stores, and modern trade is the more sophisticated way of trading, which is now coming: Big Bazaar, Walmart, Lee Marsh, etc. We were facing a lot of tough time in recruiting for GT, which was the traditional way of working. Modern trade, still there were a lot of females which came because they knew that they would have to deal with a particular business which is sophisticated. But now, as the trend is going, everybody is working on a online medium. If you have to talk to your distributor, it is with a video call. So there are more people who are now being confident and coming that yes, we can do the sales. Why don't you give us a chance? And we have also had ex-employees who are trying to contact us that we have the background. We have worked for you. If you want that we have to touch base or the sales calls need to be managed or an MIS needs to be maintained, with the prior experience, we can do all of that for you now. So
Okay.
yes, scenarios are changing and people are being evolved and agile to do various kind of things.
Okay, then what I have seen is there are so many people taking up certification courses. So it is not only professionals, others also are taking this. So is that going to create an impact in hiring? Like it is assumed that Google certificate programs that are skills oriented and it can revolutionize the job market. So does that mean that we're beginning to drift away from the conventional degrees, or should these be considered as an add-on that would give job seekers an edge?
Very relevant. When I look at a pool of candidates, I would look at who has a difference, who is unique, what is that they bring to the table. So, if they have a degree which gives them the functional expertise, along with that, to add more weightage, they have a Google certification, an analytics certification. Google Analytics is one prevalent certification which most of the people are having. So, those are the candidates that will stand apart because apart from their foundation courses, they have something additional value that they can bring to the organization. So the more the merrier, as the concept goes. But still, only certification would be for a very short-term role. If people are looking at professional careers, if they have to build it for a long term, then a professional degree with these kind of certification courses is a sure shot, way of succeeding in life.
Okay, how did this pandemic affect campus placements? Because freshers are there and they may not be having this openings as before, pre-pandemic days like.
So, very interestingly, I think most of the colleges are asking us the same question, that why is there a freeze on recruitment? But when they see that we are recruiting for other positions, they come back and, ask us because of the relation that you said there was a freeze, but I see that your organization is still recruiting. So we have to understand the scenario that just 1.5 years back when everybody was doing campus placement, especially there were, newer projects or things that we would want fresh blood to come in, and a new perspective to things. If we are just doing a traditional way of doing sales, I would want somebody, a young lad coming and sharing with us probably a different route how we can do that sales. So there was time, there was a lot of effort, and we were wanting to see that what newness, what fresh thing can we do, innovative. With this pandemic, the time and the experimental phase has taken a little backseat because we are still trying to see how we can sustain the business. Business continuity is a bigger challenge in these times. So, experimental stage would take a backseat, and sustenance would take, be on a fast burner, as they say. So, we would want to hire people who can take the organization and make it running rather than adding new wheels to the wagon. So that's why we see campus placements will be a little slow, but the scenario we can't comment after this uncertainty, but it should come back. There will be newer roles that we will see.
Okay, so now the recruitments are done virtually, right? So how effective is this? How is the process? We are doing remote interviews for remote working.
So the process exactly remains the same, just that the modus operandi has changed. We are doing everything now on online medium. So, but it is not too much of a change, I would say, because the steps that we had. So, psychometric assessment was anyways online. Our global stakeholders for every function and the administrative managers were still online. So it is just the first two processes which changed for us, which we prefer to be face to face. But because we were into essential industry, we still had a little liberty to meet our potential candidates before the lockdown. We wanted to see people and to give them that comfort as well, that come explore the office. It's a decision about them as well to choose their employer for the future. So those kind of things were taken care, but now that initial phases we have shifted to remote working as well, and it's working good for us. And like I said, it is a little faster in terms of not waiting for stakeholders time, because everyone would want to adjust a little bit in their schedule in the day. So it is effective.
Okay. So it was very informative talk. Thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Most welcome.
Keep watching Pep Talk. Thank you.